Live from the Export Beer Garden studio and brought to you as always by Export Ultra, the beer for here. This is the Agenda podcast for the 3rd of September.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Search the Alternative Commentary Collective on YouTube and hit the subscribe button if you want to watch the YouTube. Lane, you've just brought something to my attention which I was unaware of. Your boy Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut has, broken his own record?
Yeah, he has broken his own hot dog eating record. You remember he got banned from the All-American hot dog eating competition because he got sponsored by some vegan products?
Yes, because it is essentially, is it Nathan's? And it's a brand of hot dog.
Yeah, so he 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes. He basically, I think it was a invitation-only event against his great rival Kobayashi.
Who I thought was also retired.
They've come back, but he's done it. The GOAT, 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
You know how I've got my theory about the Olympics, that it's like the best high jumpers in the world are actually probably playing in the NBA. The fastest sprinters may actually even be playing in the NFL. I think that the best athletes go to where the money is. This might be an exception. I don't think that there's an athlete out there that could eat more than Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi.
Because that's 8 dogs a minute.
Yep.
So that's...
Are they regulation dogs? What are we talking? I had they're American hot dog yesterday.
They're just regulation. I'm pretty sure his ones will be some sort of fake meat ones because he's gone vegan.
Has he?
Well, that's why he's sponsored by a vegan company. That's why he got kicked out of Nathan's.
Oh, yeah, he's sponsored by a vegan company, but, you know.
Well, you can't be sponsored by vegan and not be vegan. You at least got to pretend.
Oh, yeah, you can. And if there's any vegan companies out there that want to sponsor us, please get in touch and get on board.
The worst possible ambassador.
No, the worst possible ambassador is Joey Chestnut, who has literal records for eating meat.
But, it's a great turnaround story for a vegan company. He used to eat the most amount of meat in 10 minutes. Now he eats the most amount of fake meat and has diarrhea for a week.
Yeah, that's right. I think, he would have had it for a week beforehand anyway. Metamucil should sponsor him.
There you go. Pot off the press.
He could not eat enough vegan hot dogs between now and whenever he inevitably dies to undo the amount of meat that he's eaten in his life. Because isn't he like a 10-time champ, 16-time champ?
Oh, yeah,
like that?
and all the training as well. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
You're banging dogs in the training.
That's right. So there's no banging dogs in the training. There's no.
He must have no gag reflex.
Oh no, he chews them. You know.
I don't know. He'd be a great cellmate in prison.
Because he chews them.
Oh, just because he'd have lots of good yarns, I guess.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Sure. But you've watched him do it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like
yeah, but except that it's not. He chews them, right? So, I understand where you're trying to get to.
All I'm saying is he's not gagging on any of that.
Yeah, right. Okay. I see where you're getting to. The Bird of the Year voting is open. This is something that I know has piqued your interest in the past.
It has.
Are you weighing in any particular direction this year?
Well, about 8 years ago, we did a campaign before, the likes of John Oliver thought it was cool. We went all in on the bin chicken, the seagull.
Yeah.
The black-billed seagull.
Black-beak bill.
Yeah, and because the bin chicken's got to win. It was up against all these show ponies like the Tuis and the Kaka and the Kia and all that shit. And then it jumped the shark a few years when a bat won.
2021.
Yeah.
A long-tail bat.
Yeah, and we ran the first ever smear campaign.
Yeah.
We put posts up calling Kiwis fat and lazy.
Yep.
We said that the kaka was sex pests, and we replayed that footage of that one humping that British celebrity's head.
Yes.
And we went full noise on how useless the other birds was, and people actually took it seriously and got offended.
Oh, I love that.
And so that was the start of people getting into the bird competition. Obviously, then the bat. Then John Oliver came in and he ran a whole billboard campaign in New Zealand for that fucking weird one last year.
What was it? Was it a
last
penguin he wanted?
No, it was last year's one, but it was called something else, and it looked fucking weird. It had the big, and he dressed up as it and everything.
Yes.
Was that last year?
Yeah, I think that was.
Yeah, it was an Australian one as well, which is like, how come New Zealand Bird of the Year? Or was that Bird of the Century? Yeah, it was Bird of the Century as well. They're very confusing.
It sort of reminds me of certain radio promotions where each year, how can there be a different Bird of the Year?
Yeah.
despite the fact that it's not a new bird. Wouldn't the same bird be, I mean, shouldn't it be a kiwi every year, really?
Also, I'd
chicken.
happily get back in behind this, like you were saying, if they genetically engineered a new bird every year.
Oh, bring the moa back,
yeah,
I've always
and
said.
release that, and then boom.
You can't tell me you couldn't Jurassic Park a moa egg into an ostrich?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be literally the easiest thing, right up there with putting a woolly mammoth into an elephant.
Yeah, didn't they? Oh, I suppose they had that genetically modified sheep that they remember
Yeah.
that, and everyone freaked out thinking the world's over.
Dolly, yeah. And then they stopped. You know, why don't we bring back some of the cool animals, the giant ground sloth?
Nah,
back
you
in
want
the
to
day.
bring back the Haast eagle.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
motherfucker would win every year.
Exactly. So, I don't know, maybe because eventually they're going to run out of birds, the New Zealand Bird of the Year. They will have done them all, I reckon.
Well, have you noticed?
Arguably, it happened in 2021 when the bat won.
Yeah, and I'm a bit suspicious that no birds won back to back.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like you telling me that. I mean, because everyone loves the kakapo, everyone loves the kia and the tui,
Yep.
and the fantail, the waka waka.
Yep.
They are your Pearl Jams and your Nirvanas.
Yes.
They're always going to win.
Yeah.
They should always win.
So how are they not winning every year?
How did the bat win? Bullshit.
How did the Australian crested grebe win?
Well, John Oliver, global attention.
Yeah, that's right. God, they love New Zealand over in America. When
Well,
they,
it's such an easy target.
Yeah.
We got great headlines.
yeah.
I mean, occasionally we have ram raids and gang shootings, but every other
Even
crimes is just a bit comical.
Even a ram raid's quite comical.
Yeah.
You know, they just drive a car into the side of a dairy.
It's what they steal is comical. Like
Yeah.
a party mix and some
Durries.
ciggies, yeah.
15 different flavoured vapes.
Some lighters.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you reckon John Oliver will get him behind it this year?
Nah, I think he's squeezed that lemon.
One and done. The greatest New Zealander is into the semi-finals now. Semi-final number 1 was yesterday, I believe. Richie smashed Dave Dobbin.
Yeah, I think
Smashed Dave Dobbin.
that was always going to happen, I think.
A lot of comments on these ones actually came from Facebook. This comment from a poster: "Hey, I got a lot of faith in Dave." Another one: "Sorry, Dave, but you can call me loyal to the game I grew up with. Richie takes it, but this will be his last win, I suspect." Someone else commented and said, "Easily Sir Double D, an incredible career spanning decades upon decades. Plus, he still owes my late father $50 for pulling his car out of a ditch in the 80s."
Charged him $50 to pull his car out of a ditch in the 80s. That's like equivalent of like $1,000.
Yeah, it is. Well,
Pull his car out of the ditch.
what are you going to do? Leave your car in the ditch? And he never did pay it. And then one last one. Sir Dave Dobbin, you drink yourself more bliss with an Asian cigarette because the outlook for Thursday will be a slice of heaven as long as you stay loyal. Well, unfortunately, it has not. The forecast has changed because Richie absolutely obliterated Dobbo over the weekend. Today is the first semi-final. Quarterfinals, semi-finals. Twist my brain into a pretzel. It is Lisa Carrington versus Charlie Upham.
Oh, this could be the sinking of the goat in the boat.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone's got a real wide on for Charlie Upham.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They do, don't they?
They do. But you talk about recency bias.
Yes.
You know, Charlie Upham hasn't been in the news cycle
No.
for quite some time.
Well, it's a battle of the medals. 8 gold medals versus 2 Victoria Crosses and a bar.
Yeah.
I believe. Someone will fact check me on that. Lisa Carrington was interviewed, by the way, in the last couple of weeks, and the person asked her because she's studying like political science or something at university. And they were like, "Do you see yourself going into politics?" She was like, "No."
Yeah, not everyone who studies politics goes into it. I studied politics.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Political science is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's interesting to find out how the world runs
It is.
and doesn't.
Or how they want to tell you it runs, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Do your own research into that. But anyway, I guess it was off the back of Mahi Drysdale going for Tauranga.
Mayor of Tauranga,
Mayor of Tauranga.
Well, he nailed it.
Oh, he is?
He is the mayor of Tauranga. He's had to move from Cambridge. He's like, fuck, I got mayor of Tauranga. I'm going to have to go move. Bet he lives at the Mount.
Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, they'll put him up in an apartment on the waterfront there. So, yeah, Lisa will not enter politics. I think people would vote for her. But will they vote for her as the greatest New Zealander of all time? It's up to you. At home, you can head on Facebook or Instagram and have your say. Let's have a quick break and we'll come back to talk some rugby. South African rugby, Lane, have apologised today for the blaring music, fireworks and flyover during the Haka. Do you think they should have apologised?
No. I think you respect the Haka when it's in New Zealand because you have to, really, because the crowd do, and you're on home soil.
Yes.
I think when we're away and we're laying down a challenge
Yes.
on an away ground,
Yeah.
it is carte blanche
Yeah, I
what
think
the opposition can do, because that's your challenge, that's their challenge. Do they need to show respect for it when they're on their home soil? I say no.
It's also a war cry. You are literally
Yes.
telling those guys you're going to try and kill them.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, just while I tell you that I'm going to kill you, can you just be quiet, please?
Yeah.
While I do this?
Can you respectfully just listen to me talk about how I'm going to rip your head and eat your brains?
That's right. I will say the one thing that I like, the flyover, I kind of thought that was like added to it. I don't think it distracted or took away
that was
from it. It's
awesome.
like, that's sick. Just as we're reaching the crescendo of our Haka flyover is sick. The problem I did have was the music. Music's a little bit like
Yeah, that was...
chant, scream, yell, whatever, but like artificially playing music over the top, that's a bit.
Yeah,
Unless you're responding with your own song. Like if we played Ireland and they had Sinead O'Connor singing the national anthem or something.
Well, they'd sing Zombie,
Or
wouldn't they,
singing
now?
Zombie, yeah,
They'd
exactly.
sing Zombie now. And remember Australia sang While Sing Matilda when we did the Haka?
Exactly.
Go for it.
That's
But
sick.
don't do it here. I'll fucking kill you. Do it on your home ground, but when you come here, we respect it.
I like it, and I think that it adds to it. And I think that if you were out there on the field, certain people would relish that
Yes.
sort of like, this is fucking awesome. We're laying down our challenge. They're going us.
Because you talk to some All Blacks, the most terrifying ground to kick a goal at is in Ireland, where they stay completely silent when you're going for your kick.
Yeah, respect the kicker.
They say respect the kicker, but I reckon it is a reverse psychology because it is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's dead silent. A kicker would probably prefer people, a bit of noise.
Yeah, well, because at that point it just becomes a hum,
Yeah.
You can't hear anything. But when
Yeah.
it's dead silent, you can hear one person like whispering.
You can hear yourself breathe. You can just hear one guy go, Dick.
Way too far left, bro. Way too far left.
So I think I don't know why they have had to apologise. I think they apologised probably for DJ A-Hole.
Yes.
Because playing the music and leading the fireworks off in the middle of it probably didn't look great. I mean, who am I to say what they get a hard on over there in South Africa? It might be music and fireworks, but...
No, well, DJ A-Hole, it was an unlawful discharge. So what happened was, as the All Blacks were getting into the crescendo of the Haka, everyone started cheering, and they had an inexperienced DJ A-Hole in there, and he was just like, oh, the Haka must be over, I'll hit the button. So he started playing music, but it was still going.
And the music was connected to the flames and fireworks?
That part I don't know. But just crack up that they had a dude in there who just had no idea. It was just like, never seen the Haka before. Probably never watched the All Blacks. He's like, yeah, sweet, hit
There's
it.
probably some just local radio DJ.
Yeah,
Probably works for the equivalent of like ZM. Hates sport.
the hits.
Yeah, hates sport.
South Africa.
Ooh, hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lame. I don't think they should apologise. And I think that had they lost, they probably wouldn't have apologised. They would just be like, nah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
It's only because
Like-
they won, they would have been like, oh, sorry, guys.
You're on our turf, eh?
Sorry, guys. Did we distract you a little bit there, guys?
Hey, you see that our good friend Scotty Stevenson has upset Razzie Erasmus.
Oh, has he?
He has. Razzie Erasmus has got hold of them on Instagram and
Yeah.
fired a shot across their bow.
What is that?
Or it might be on X, actually.
It was on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. I think he was... Scotty had a crack at his behaviour, just his erratic behaviour.
Right.
And he wrote back this hilarious message like, Izzy, good to see you well. Good to see you got over the hard times. Like a couple of like kind of little angles like, I know you've struggled a little bit. And then Scotty going, oh, you looking healthy, looking like... is this the sumo that I used to know, or is it the healthier... It was real weird.
Yeah,
But
right.
the fact that Razzie Erasmus is engaging with...
Oh, it definitely is.
sports journos in New Zealand.
Tell he is.
It's like, Jesus Christ, focus on the other thing, buddy.
You
We
can
should get
tell
into
he-
him. We should get into him.
You can tell he loves that shit. Yeah, I would love to start a Twitter beef. I've been logged out of my account for various indiscretions, but the only Twitter beef I ever started was with Dale Steyn. When I was working in the mainstream sports media, and I had control of the Twitter account for that place that I worked, and Harry Jav worked there as well.
Yeah.
And Dale Steyn posted, hey guys, I'm putting a book together. Does anybody have any photos of me that they could share that we could put in the book? And I sent him the picture of Grant Elliott picking him up off the floor after he just carted him into the thing.
That's awesome.
He didn't appreciate it.
Didn't he?
Nah.
So you go out.
He's like, very well played.
You go out into the Twitter sphere and you get there, and what do you expect?
Yeah. Grant Elliott loved it, though.
Sure he did. That's fun. Well, maybe. Well, I mean, the only major beef we've created on Twitter or X or whatever is mainly with Indian cricket fans.
Yeah, which is fun.
And that's. I mean, that's too easy.
That's very easy.
But someone said, are South African fans the equivalent of Indian fans when it comes to rugby?
I don't think so.
Are they quite twitchy though?
Yeah, right.
They're a little
India's,
bit twitchy.
There's a billion of them.
Yeah, true. Should we test it?
Let's find out. Do we have a Twitter account? We must.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Joe Jury's in charge. That's the one he uses just to wind up half a billion people.
The problem we have is that most of the goss and dirt that we get is on our own. Seems like a massive own goal to just go after our own athlete. Let's dig something up on. Let's see if we can get Razzie turning the heat on us.
Yeah, well, I reckon we can. What do we got to lose by winding up Razzie?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
Apart from him punching our lights out if he ever sees us in public.
Yeah, did you see that weird footage of him about to get interviewed on the sideline after the game? So they cross to the guy on the sideline. He starts talking. Razzie's walking into shot, and some random dude sprints into the shot, realizes they're on air, turns around, tries to sprint out, falls over. Then Razzie jumps over him into the shot, but is still looking at him like, what the fuck did he get up? It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Didn't know if they were pitch invaders. Didn't know if it was like an off-camera worker who just got in the wrong spot. Razzie's a nut job. All right, let's try and fire him up.
I reckon it's just a little bit of fun because obviously he bites because he bit Scotty. He bit with Scotty Stevenson, and Scotty would have had something reasonable to say. Well, ours will be totally unreasonable.
Oh yeah.
So ours will be unhinged,
uninformed.
Yeah, totally uninformed. Whereas Scotty's way more informed.
So we play South Africa again this weekend
In Cape Town, yes.
And we basically, that's a must-win for us now, isn't it? To retain the rugby championship.
Well, then we have to beat Australia twice, I'd say, because South Africa have beaten Australia twice.
Yeah.
And they've beaten us. Yeah, I guess, yes. If we win this and then we win against Australia, but we lost to Argentina, so
then we need Argentina to beat South Africa.
Yes.
Which doesn't seem likely, does it? But also didn't seem likely they'd beat us. But so we now need to win this week.
And beat Australia home and away.
We'll beat Australia.
Oh, fuck yeah, they suck.
They suck. And then we're relying on the kindness of strangers in the form of Argentina to beat South Africa.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. Jeez.
Wow. Yeah, we are. We are really. Because if we beat them this weekend, South Africa would have only lost one in the championship.
Yes.
If they beat, that's true. We lost two.
Well, who knows? Argentina might beat them both times, and then we win, and we all go out for Argentinian barbecue to celebrate.
Have they already played them? They haven't, had they?
Don't think so. But again,
I bet a podcast would know.
Scotty Stevenson would know.
Yeah, he would.
To the Motor Games desk, the Scotts went 1-2 in Milwaukee. McLaughlin won, and then Dixon came second. McLaughlin's car was sick. That little blueberry that he was driving around in.
Yeah, he's got the Chip McNasty or something, some racing team, but pretty good for a couple of Kiwis to go 1-2 in the Indy cars. That's pretty ballin'. I don't think people realise how ballin' that is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that Are they well received over there, do you think, the Kiwis?
They love them.
Do you think, I reckon a lot of them wouldn't even know they're from New Zealand.
Well, Scott Dixon, he's a bit of a celebrity over there because he's got some reality TV show that follows him and his real breath of fresh air American wife. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's had a couple of series on it. They follow him around. So he's quite big deal over there. Scotty McLaughlin, this is only his second year.
Yeah, right.
So he's fairly fresh. But I think they quite like the Kiwis. They're all fairly humble types.
Yeah.
But how good would it be if we had those two running an IndyCar?
Yeah.
You have Van Gisbergen in the NASCAR, and then we'll get old mate in Formula One, Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty mean.
Taking over.
That would be pretty
Make
mean.
motor games our national sport. And in the round ball, I am the voice of the round ball on this here podcast. Liverpool beat Manchester United 3-0. Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag was asked, how come you still suffer? Yeah, basically. Why do you guys still have the same issues that you had 3 years ago? And he goes, I'm not Harry Potter. Which I thought was such a spray to his own players. He's basically shifting all the blame. I can't help these guys.
I'm not a magician.
I cannot help these guys. They suck. They sucked 3 years ago. We've tried for 3 years to fix it, and they still suck. Have you ever been sprayed by a coach? Or have you had any bizarre... I'll tell you the strangest G-up speech I ever had from a coach. We were playing at home in Waimea, and one of the Timaru, I think it was Temuka, came down. And our coach in the changing sheds came in and he goes, look, they got 2 Samoans in their team, you know? But, you know, we got 3 Maoris in our team, and I think that's just as good. I was like, thanks, man. You know what? I think that is just as good.
I can't remember many sprays. I did have some very eccentric cricket coaches.
Yeah. We had a cricket coach who used to, did you ever, I think I've asked you this before, but we had one drill where all of our batsmen were shying away from the ball. And so, and I'll name him, Paul Harrison went down into the net, and he would stand behind you with a stump pointed at your ass.
Oh, so the spike would go up your ass.
So if you backed away from the ball, the spike would go up your ass. And I was like, we then never shied away from another ball for the remainder of our cricketing careers. I can still feel the
metal spike,
spike behind me.
We had John Sitlington in Hamilton, coaching our Hamilton team. He's a very strange man. And John Marshall, RIP, no longer with us, but John Marshall was the batting coach, and I think he was legally blind. He had the thickest set of glasses I've ever seen on a man, and he was our batting coach, which I found quite ironic.
Yeah, right. Those who can't do teachers.
Yeah, and John Sitlington, he worked for Fulton Hogan. Very passionate cricket man, but couldn't say Hamilton. Hamilton, Scale on. That's what he'd say from the sideline.
A little bit like Liam Lawson can't say formula.
Yeah. What does he say?
Formula 1.
Formula 1. Hey, another round ball news. The BBL auction, the Big Bash auction, was yesterday.
Oh, right.
4 Kiwis got picked up in it.
This is cricket, right?
Yeah. That's round.
Now, the round ball, traditionally soccer.
Round
round
leather ball.
It is a round ball,
leather ball. No,
but I just feel like I need to pull you up on that as the voice of the round ball.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
okay, this is a round ball, small round ball leather with a seam on it.
Right.
Lockie Ferguson got a contract.
Yeah.
Finn Allen got a contract. Tim Seifert, he got a contract.
This seems like more than usual.
4 of them got them. I'm trying to think of who the other one was. It was Finn Allen, Lockie Ferguson, Tim Seifert, and Munro. Colin Munro,
Oh, really?
the veteran.
Yeah.
So those 4 have all got BBL contracts. Obviously, Finn Allen and Lockie Ferguson turned down their central contracts to go off and do all this franchise cricket.
Because I have wondered why we don't see more Kiwis playing in the BBL.
Well, it clashes because if you're signed with New Zealand Cricket, you're obliged to play the Super Smash or international cricket or domestic cricket. Where these guys are like, I'm off contract. I'm doing whatever I want.
The floodgates are going to open, I think.
I'm surprised Trenty's not playing in that. He's maybe he's already on contract over there, but I'm surprised he's not over in the BBL.
Yeah.
Maybe he's already there. Maybe this draft was for new players.
This is the Big Bash League, not to be confused with the Brazilian butt lift.
Do you think when the Big Bash started that they knew they were going to clash with the Big Butt Lift, the Brazilian butt lift? The Big Bash League, Brazilian butt lift?
I don't think they did, but I do think they need to distance themselves.
Because if you search BBL online,
which I do often.
Yep. For the cricket.
For the cricket, yeah. But the stuff that I'm getting served, disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Ish. I do think, because you watch those games, they're sick. Like the fanfare, they're massive, and the crowds are enormous. So I think it's only a matter of time before that's flooded with Kiwis as well, which I think is good for the game.
I think we should just have 2 Kiwi teams over there, North Island, South Island.
I agree. All right, it is a Tuesday. We are going to shuffle Half-Baked Sports Idea forward by a day, which means today it's time for a Half-Baked Sports Idea.
Half-Baked Sports Idea.
Paralympics are on, Lane.
Yep, getting a lot of questions at home on the Paralympics.
Yep, I'm sure you're answering them deftly. So today's one, you know how they talk about the enhanced games, the enhanced Olympics?
Yep.
And they're going to allow people to...
explode their hearts.
Yeah, basically. Just do whatever steroids they want. Let's test the limits of human physical capacity.
Where's that got to? Because there was big fanfare when they launched it. Is it actually happening?
It's happening, yeah. I think either later this year or early next year, it is happening. And basically all it is at the moment is like recently retired athletes are putting their hands up to be like, yep, I'll juice myself to the gills. Let's have a crack.
I've been juicing the last 10 years.
I have been juicing. Yeah, well, I have heard from an Olympian before when people ask him, why don't we do like the steroid Olympics? He's like, you're assuming that their actual Olympics aren't just that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my half-baked sports idea this week is the enhanced Paralympics, where you are allowed, it's basically Inspector Gadget for all of the people in the Paralympics. So the high jumper, you can put springs in your, pogo sticks in your legs. The shot putters, you're allowed bloody cannon out of the arm there.
Yeah.
Basically, any mechanical enhancement you can think of to give yourself an extra added advantage, like wheels.
Like, what about, okay, so the 100-meter wheelchair race, you're talking like putting a jet on the back of it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So that turns into
the land speed record.
10-man drag race.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, like any enhancement that you need to be able to compete at your given sport, you're also allowed, to enhance yourself in any way that you would like to. You know, why should the enhanced games only be for the able-bodied athlete?
That's because there is limitations, isn't there? Because the blades they run on, there's rules around the blades and everything, isn't there?
They can only have like a certain amount of bounce, blah, blah, blah. It's to, obviously to keep the playing field even. But why can't I have motorized wheels on my feet? And that's where I think the enhanced Paralympics come in. You're allowed to enhance yourself in any way that you see fit.
Okay, what about installing an outboard on the back here for the swimming?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
A jet boat, like a jet engine, Hamilton jet on the back.
Or like, I don't know.
Like a little backpack that's got a Hamilton jet on it, and you just go.
Yeah, I think, but that has to be part of you can't just put that backpack on. That has to be
Okay, it can't be petrol powered. Does it have to
the
be?
petrol's not the issue. The issue is if you're missing a leg, you can put a rocket on that leg.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't just be otherwise an able-bodied athlete and then put a jetpack on.
No, I'm not saying that. I say if you lost your pins, you can put.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
can't kick. You replace it with a jet.
Yeah. If you've ever been on one of those like turtle tours where you get the little thing, one of those. I guess the issue comes where you've got someone who basically is doing the high jump and they've got the equivalent of 2 airbags that are just being let off their feet and they just go shooting up into the air.
When does the madness stop though? Because for high jump, you could literally put someone in a cannon.
Yeah,
and send them over the bar as long as they land on the.
I feel like the cannon needs to be attached to them.
Okay.
Again, we're sort of straying further away from enhancing the athlete into just shooting them out of a cannon. There need to be some sort of rules.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I agree with you. Look, this is why it's half-baked. There'd be better minds than us. There'd be a regulatory body there that would be able to figure out exactly what you can and can't do.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to these enhanced games later in the year. I'm looking forward to seeing some. But wouldn't it be surprising if they didn't beat any world records?
I do think that the fact that the 100-metre sprint's only gone down by about a second in the last 100 years tells me that we're about there. That's about as quick as a human body can move.
Yeah.
Like steroids or otherwise. Because also, a lot of them were on steroids.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah. But anyway, half-baked sports idea. Enhanced Paralympics in the name of equality. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with yours, please.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
4 of them to get through today. First caller, yours, please.
G'day, fellas. I'm not trying to fact check. I'm trying to find out. Never heard of Charlie Upham until about 2-3 weeks ago when you guys mentioned him.
Surely not.
Seems like a good bloke.
Yeah.
I can't find this Chasing Charlie book. The only one I find is Searching for Charlie.
Oh.
Can you confirm nor deny whether that's allegedly the book I'm reporting to want to read? Please. I want to learn something. I love yous. Thank you. Gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, sorry, it is searching.
Yeah.
It is Searching for Charlie. It's just Chasing Charlie. I think that's the name of a movie or something else.
Charlie Chaplin one.
It's what most people do on the weekends. It is Searching for Charlie. It's Tom Scott has written it.
The rapper from Young, Gifted and Broke.
No, the Wellington Journo.
Oh, right, different one.
He's it's a great book. I'd highly recommend it. It's and once you read that, you go, whoa. Charlie Upham is a absolute freak show.
Yeah. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Hey, fellas. Couldn't help notice, but all the yours pleases for today. Now, I know you say you get a lot over the weekend, but all of today's ones didn't have a single South Canterbury in. Mm-hmm. Now, I sent one last week that had a South Canterbury in it, so I'm starting to think that Manaia is going through these and just taking out all the fuck South Canterburys because he's just had enough. Anyway, we'll know whether this one gets played or not. So, fuck South Canterbury.
Well, there we go. The allegation has been laid. I mean, hands up, have to say, look, I'm not involved in the Yours Pleasers. I've got no access to the Yours Pleasers. So what do you say to that allegation that you have been filtering the fuck South Canterbury's?
Well, I would say that I just played one. But then did you
just do that on purpose?
To cover my tracks?
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know. But no, they just have sort of abated. But I guess this is probably gonna bring them back again. But no, I don't feel like I would filter them out. Otherwise, why would I have let any of them to air?
Well, it did
arguably the damage is done.
It started to reach a crescendo there for a while. Every single one was fuck South Canterbury.
Yeah.
So now it's getting to fuck Hamilton and fuck Karaka. Karaka's getting a copping a stray as well for some reason.
In the name of equality. Yeah. Everyone's copping it. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Hey, fellas. On the whole fuck South Canterbury thing, would a fuck South Canterbury be equivalent to a fuck Richie McCaw?
Ooh.
Like, same area type thing? Anyway, fuck South Canterbury. Let's go, Harold!
Well, Harold.
Didn't work out for Harold.
North Otago?
Well, this is something I've spent a lot of time thinking about.
Yeah.
The dividing line between North Otago and South Canterbury is... Do you know what it is?
The river?
Yeah, the Waitaki River.
Yeah.
Now, Kurau is technically in North Otago. It's on that side of the river. It has a bridge there. And on the other side of that bridge is a place known as the Haka Valley. That is where Richie McCaw is from, which is technically part of Kurau, but it is on our side of the river. So he is technically from South Canterbury, yes.
What school did he go to?
He went to Otago Boys. Yeah, but I mean, how many players get poached from various different high schools? You know? Is Damien McKenzie a Southlander or?
He went to school in Southland.
Yeah. Who am I thinking of? Anton Leonard Brown. He went to school in Christchurch. You know? Does your high school dictate where you're from?
No, well, he grew up and went to high school there, so, you know, I would say he's North Otago.
No. He went to Otago. He went to Otago Boys. That's not North Otago. That's Otago.
Wow, it's one thing, isn't it? Otago, Canterbury's all one thing.
I'm going to get you a map, and then we'll get back to this conversation. But for now, until then, it's South Canterbury. So fuck South Canterbury as a fuck Richie McCaw, and bear that in mind the next time you send one in.
If you say fuck Otago, then yeah, fuck North Otago.
All right, another caller here. Yours, please.
Fuck G Lane.
All right, I did screen that one.
Is that you? Is that you? I did.
I can neither confirm nor deny whether that's me or not.
Hey, big news before we go. This may be hard to believe since I grew up in Hamilton and in Tron, but I did my first burnout yesterday.
Oh yes, yeah,
yeah. I got the ACC Ford Falcon Ute and lit up the car park at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yes,
and you know what? I'm glad I didn't do that in my teenage years because I would have been a fucking menace in Hamilton outside Whitty or a petrol station pouring diesel on the road because fuck, it was good fun.
Addictive, yeah, it is good fun. We just about blew that thing up.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did, yeah.
After I did it, you went, yeah, you got to have a crack at that.
Yeah. And it got the wheel going. The back wheels weren't the issue, it was the front wheels.
Maybe we turned it a bit tight.
Came right though. But yeah, burnouts at Mount Smart was not something I had on my bingo card for yesterday, but ticked it off.
Look out for that because we've teamed up with Auto Trader. So there's some big news to come out of the ACC with regards to our Ford Falcon.
Yes.
Our beloved Ford Falcon after it survived yesterday's thrashing.
Yeah. Big news, and it breaks my heart, this big news, but it could be an excellent opportunity for one of you out there. All right, we're going to knock this thing on the head. We'll be back tomorrow with a Wednesday edition of the Agenda Podcast.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda Podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.